Welcome back, Video Creeps. Now that Swim Fan is out of the picture, now I can go on to talk about films like Orphan First Kill, or that sweet new Terrifier trailer.
The Conjuring.
Absolutely not.
Talk about The Conjuring now.
I don't even remember the fucking Conjuring. I don't have shit to say about it.
Then you will have to watch it.
What the fuck? Why? Why, man? I'm supposed to do the whole fucking review and come on, I do shit with my hands.
Well, I guess we're talking about The Conjuring today.
No! The Conjuring is the 2013 supernatural horror film directed by James Wan, who I classically, don't have the best relationship with.
Yeah, because you're a fucking hater.
I'm not a hater, I just don't enjoy his movies. I'm allowed to not like something and then also, not be considered a hater.
Wait, what makes someone a hater?
According to Urban Dictionary, a hater is a person that simply cannot be happy for another person's success. And instead of celebrating a win, they make a point of exposing a flaw in that person, which you just did. Hater.
Okay, maybe there's a part of me, a small little a part that's a little bit of a hater, sure. Maybe I'm upset that the movies that I love never get sequels. But I can also appreciate and praise the fact that, it's set in motion like a whole universe of movies, and that's something to be praised. It's not every day that a movie can come out that gets all that connected shit that fucking you guys like so much.
But you still choose to hate.
I'm really not. There's a respect here, guys. And my respect goes all the way down to the beginning, probably more than anyone in here knows. It all starts with Tony DeRosa-Grund. He actually wrote the original treatment and then waited 14 years for him to actually get this thing done. I respect that kind of motivation in a person.
Some days I lack the motivation to get out of bed at all, or do anything, just staring at the wall, waiting for the night to come so I can sleep again without any guilt.
Someone should fucking watch him. At a facility for 48 hours.
Now, he had finally thought that he had crushed it when he connected with Gold Circle Films. But when a contract couldn't be agreed upon between the two of them, finalized between the two of them, Tony actually found himself back at square one. This is when he would meet Chad and Carrie Hayes, who would end up coming in and rewriting the entire script so that way the film took place from the Warrens' perspective instead of the parents' perspective. And after this, every studio was on their dick.
Oh, that's a big deal. They made Late August at the Hotel Ozone.
What?
Come on, the 1967 classic? That was back when Vladimir Levity was still in his prime.
No one knows what you're talking about.
Uncultured swine, all of yous.
Another thing that comes to mind when I'm talking about people who don't know what they're talking about, there is a sad amount of people that think that this movie is just true. This is gospel. But what's much truer is that this is only loosely based off of Ed Warren and Lorraine Warren. People love to spout true events. But again, that word, loosely, important.
I hate when things are too loose.
Everyone does, but god damn it, I want to put my hands on my sides. Now, just to get into this movie a little bit here, right away it opens up with a shot of Annabelle, who will, eventually grow on to be very notable, which is weird because for me in my head, I don't think about Annabelle when I think about the Conjuring movies, which is, probably just me being stupid, but I just don't associate them. I don't know why that is. That said, it is cool to see Annabelle in this, especially after knowing what Annabelle will mean to people down the line. It's hey, that's the start of everything. Sweet. But even more than just seeing Annabelle at the beginning of this movie, I really like that we're immediately introduced to the Warren family. It has this really cool way of showing us these are the people that we are going to eventually think are awesome. We learn all about how they are investigating paranormal bullshit, and they're both super fucking likable. I like these people.
Right. She's just a clairvoyant girl He's just a demonologist boy. Could I make it any more obvious?
But once we get them down, we start to focus on like the Perrin family, who will be very important in this movie going forward. Where like the dad is like the fucking like the dude from Office Space. I never thought that like fucking we'd see that guy settle down. That's cool. Was he in like some like war movie or some shit too? Like Hamburger Hill or some bullshit? I don't know why I feel like he's just got like a war face. You know, I don't remember how fucking Office Space ends. Someone tell me how Office Space ends. Cause like, truth be told, I love that movie. I love it. But like, I'm probably not gonna watch it soon. But I would like the answer. I would like that answer soon. Also, fucking Vera Farmiga, she's like in this movie. She like plays fucking Lorraine Warren. I love her. Like she's awesome and everything. She's beautiful. Number one. But in addition to that, she's like fucking, that's Norma Bates. And I really like the Bates Motel. That was cool. Then we also have like Patrick Wilson, who's in this thing, who like, a side story, like my buddy Diana, who is one of the most talented photographers I've ever known in my life. She was like at a Slipknot concert and he was just like 2 rows ahead of her or something. I'm gonna try and see if I can dig up the picture that she sent me. It's just the back of his head. But yo, I believe her. When she says that was him, I believe her. So if anyone was wondering what kind of music Patrick Wilson's, apparently he's like way into Slipknot and shit.
I'll stick my fingers into my eyes. It's the only thing.
Also, just talking about this cast, we have like the youngest version of Joey King I've ever seen in my fucking life. And Pooh, she really kills it in this movie. And I'll talk about that in just a little bit, but like, you know what? I don't know about you guys, but like, I don't treat her like probably how I should. Joey King has been in like a lot of horror movies, but like, you know, I don't treat her like Queen Ortega or anything like that. Like, look at her fucking rap sheet. She was in Quarantine, Wish Upon, Slender Man, The Conjuring. You know, actually, when I look at it, like, it's not that good of a rap sheet.
A banger. Literally anything good. A cookie, a song, a three-pointer, a touchdown, a home run, the act of responding extremely positive to something.
Can you use it in a sentence?
That Maurice Chevalier just dropped a new record and it's a banger.
What are these references? Now let's take a little break here just to check in on the letter of the day with our friend Haunted Hippie.
Hey, great to be here. My name is Kylie. I also go by Haunted Hippie here on YouTube. And see, it's for cursed, much like the land that the poor Perrin family decided to call their home.
Subscribe to Haunted Hippie.
Now, ultimately, we then watch the Warrens infiltrate the Perrin's house as they start to snoop around and try and figure out why this house is being haunted. Prize? I kind of fucking liked it. I guess a little bit of time away from this movie. I don't know if it was one of those situations where when I first watched it, just the world was telling me I was supposed to like it. So like, I just fucking got my little Billy Idol on, like with a rebel yell. I was like, no, no, no. But I sincerely don't remember enjoying this movie as much as I did upon a second watching. There were little nuances in this movie that I really enjoyed. Like that clap game that the kids are playing. You end up ingesting so much horror that you end up just desensitizing yourself. And like, it really matters when you see something unique being put into the film in order to fucking elicit some fucking suspense. And seeing the kids playing that fucking clapping game with the fucking the blindfold, I thought that was really smart. I thought that was really cool. But what's more than that is that it was really unique in its execution. And even as far as like the actors in this movie, everybody who like needed to do well did really fucking well. The kids in particular, like I said, Joey King fucking rules in this movie. Like, this might be the best performance I've ever seen out of that actress. Which is kind of insulting, because she's like a little chibi, like nothing in this fucking movie. When you see her and she's like scared, and this actually goes for all the kids. Because so often, like, you watch these kids in like horror movies and you can tell like there's a director behind the camera being like, now you're scared. And then the kid actor is like, okay, gotcha. There was fucking none of that in this movie. Like, the kids look horrified. Like, when the kids are supposed to be scared, like, fear has entered the chat. Just little Joey King just screaming bloody fucking murder. I love that. I love that shit. But by far, the best actor in this movie for me was fucking Lily Taylor. Holy shit, did she knock it out of the park in this movie. Not only was she a fantastic possessed woman, but even the scenes that you see where she's like being a compassionate mother or a loving wife, it's like you're fucking there. You see that shit. I believed it. I really can't praise her performance in this movie enough.
She'll always be the woman who shot Andy Warhol to me.
Oh, I remember Andy Warhol. No, see, that was a talented man.
Yeah, if you like that, I'm gonna do very little because of drugs thing. Sure, great artist.
He took a lot of pictures of naked men.
Exactly! That's not fucking art, like, just, people are just naked sometimes, you know?
Now, don't get me wrong, like this is not a perfect movie for me. Not every actress knocks it out of the park, especially when it comes to like the extras, like the people in the movie that don't matter, like that fucking girl in the beginning of the movie. Like, I'm just gonna show you.
When we heard this, we felt really sorry for her. I mean, we're nurses, we help people. So, we gave her permission to move into the doll.
What in the fuck was that? And I'm sorry to say, like, the story itself, it's too fucking long. 112 minutes? Really? That's a long time. It's too long for me. I think if they shaved off like 10 minutes from this movie, it would have been bearable. Like fucking longer than a regular 90-minute film, but like fucking not as long as this was. It was too much. Especially if it's not an amazing experience the entire time long. I may have scrolled on my phone in a weaker moment of retention. You know, just check the old Instagram, where you can follow me at, like, right here.
Hey, what did the mommy ghost say to the baby ghost when they got into the car?
What?
Make sure you buckle up your seat belt.
And with that, I think it's time for a song.
I remember when I saw her, she said that she saw me first. I tried to impress her, so I spoke about a curse. Soon enough we had a baby, can't recall her name. She would never stay out of my creepy little room, this is what I'd say. Leave the doll alone, the parents are on the phone, they're getting dragged. It's nothing to brag, cause the house is clean and cold. Leave the doll alone, the parents are on the phone when they're getting dragged. It's nothing to brag, when the house is weird and cold. That house was super bent out of shape. Lots of demons and scary moms taking kids to the grave. They threw a sheet on her, now she's really looking like a ghost. This is the case of our lives, the one we'll speak about most. Leave the doll alone, the parents are on the phone, getting dragged, there's nothing to brag when your house is mean and cold. Leave the doll alone, the parents are on the phone and they're getting dragged, there's nothing to brag when your house is mean and cold.
The Conjuring is a spooky exception to the rule, especially when it comes to new horror films. This legitimately feels like the kind of movie that you can turn off all the lights, sit with your partner, and elicit some spooky vibes. Like, I think this movie has a great ambience. For that alone, I have to give the movie some props. Even if a large majority of the scares in this movie are from that built-up tension only to give you a jump scare, which then kind of like fucking, it destroys the tension. Like, I don't know, it's a very weird thing there. But I think if you go into this knowing that there will be jump scares and shit, you will end up enjoying it. So my bottom line opinion is that The Conjuring is a movie that does provide some exciting thrills. Provided it's a little long at times, it's still something fun to do. And when it's been done so many times, you know, it's nice to get an exciting new way to get a haunting film. Now, before we get out of here, another reminder that there's a brand new That Figures episode over on the other channel that you can go and follow with the link down below. You'll also find a link to the brand new Video Creep t-shirt, which a bunch of you have already bought, and let me say, you guys look sexy in that shit. If you enjoyed the video, make sure that you like the video, subscribe if you're new. Apparently, like, a ton of you guys just be coming in and out and shit. Like, stay, have dinner. I will see you guys on the next video. Peace, Video Creeps.
The one we'll talk about most. The one we'll talk about most. Leave that doll alone. The parents on the phone. Getting dragged is nothing to brag when your house is really cold. Leave that doll alone. With the parents on the phone. Getting dragged is nothing to brag when your house is really cold. Your house is